Well, as we began to look at the book of Nehemiah yesterday, we saw how the enemy sought to stop the work of rebuilding a wall primarily through discouragement. And the enemy is still trying to stop the work, but the enemy uses another tactic. This time, the enemy uses distraction. Let me read to you Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 1 through 4, to see how the enemy is trying to pull Nehemiah away. When Sanballat, Tobiah, Geshem the Arab, and the rest of the enemies heard that I had rebuilt the wall and that no gap was left in it, though at that time I had not installed the doors in the city gates, Sanballat and Geshem sent me a message. Come, let's meet together in the villages of the Ono Valley. They were planning to harm me. So I sent messengers to them saying, I'm doing important work and cannot come down. Why should the work cease while I leave it and go down to you? 4 times they sent the same proposal, and I gave them the same reply. I don't think it's coincidence they want to go to a place called Ono. Bring him away to the Ono Valley where we can harm him, and they're persistent in trying to pull him away from the work. Well, that didn't work. And so look at verse 6 through 8, Nehemiah chapter 6, verse 6 through 8. They had sent a letter and said, in it was written, it is reported among the nations, and Geshem agrees, that you and the Jews plan to rebel. This is the reason you're rebuilding the wall according to all these reports, and you're to become their king. And you've even set up the prophets in Jerusalem to proclaim on your behalf, there is a king in Judah. These rumors will be heard by the king, so come, let's confer together. Then I replied to him, there's nothing to these rumors you're spreading. You're inventing them in your own mind. So they started spreading rumors and said, this is what's being said. Oh, and Geshem agrees. We all agree this is what you're doing. You know, how many times have you heard people, even in church, come together? Oh, yeah, that's what's being done. It's rumors that's just causing distraction to try to pull Nehemiah away from the Lord's word. But Nehemiah stayed focused. Nehemiah 6 and verse 15. The wall was completed in 52 days on the 25th day of the month Elul. And so Nehemiah stayed focused. He avoided the distractions, and the work that the Lord called him to do was done. The enemy will do what they can to distract you from doing what God wants you to do. And so I want to encourage you, as we looked yesterday, to be alert and stay focused. Beware of distractions.